So question number 38, chapter bills of exchange and 11th class accountancy. So in this question, you can see that on 1st January 2008, A sold goods to B for rupees 1 lakh. So tell me who is drawer here and who is drawee here. Please tell me. A sold goods to B for rupees 1 lakh. So who is drawer here and who is drawee here? So yes, A is drawer and B is drawee, and the transaction is done on which date? Yes, transaction is done on, I'm not making here format of journal. So I'm just passing the entry. These are the, on the left hand side, I have prepared books of A, and on the right hand side, I have prepared books of B. Just because of lack of space, I am not making here format, because till now you all are aware about the format. So on 1st January 2008, A sold goods to B 1 lakh, received rupees 25,000 in cash and drew two bills. So first of all, this 1 lakh transaction is not the credit transaction at all. Out of this 1 lakh, 25,000 we have received in cash, and the rest 75,000 there is a concept of debtor. So first transaction, B debit, B is our debtor, and for the cash transaction we will be passing this entry, cash account debit to sales, because the whole of the sale is not on credit basis. A part of the sale we have received in cash. So what amount? 25,000. And for 75,000, B will become our debtor. And the sale amount is rupees 1 lakh. And narration will be being goods sold to B. And on the same date in the books of B, the journal entry will be passed 1st January 2008. For B, it's a purchase transaction. Okay. So purchase account debit. Purchases accounts are always debited. You know very well. Purchases account debited. And here A will become creditor to B, and B is making payment. So cash is going out. And whenever cash is going out, it is always credited. Here. So to cash account. So the purchases are done for rupees 1 lakh. And A is creditor with 75,000 and payment is made of rupees 25,000. Clear? So one transaction is completed in both the books. Now I'm reading the next line of the question. And drew two bills. Two bills are now drawn. First rupees 45,000 and second rupees 30,000. On the same date as the no new date is mentioned. So we will assume that the transaction is done on the same same date. So two bills are drawn. So whenever there are more than one bill, we will be giving a number to each bill. So BR1 and BR2. Account, debit. This type of questions will be coming in 8 marks. Okay. In 8 marker. Yes, BR account debit, BR1 account debit, BR2 account debit to B. So B is debited with 75,000. So with the same amount, he will be credited. Now B is no more our debtor. B has accepted the bills. So what is the amount of bill? 45,000 is the amount of first bill and 35,000 is the amount of, 30,000 is the amount of second bill. So bill received by A from B. Here BP will be accepted on the same date. So A is creditor. When he will be, B will be accepting a bill. In that case, A will be no more creditor. A will be converted in BP. So A debit to BP1 to BP2. Reversed entry will be passed. 75,000. Yes, very good, Shruti. 75,000, then 45,000. And whenever there are more than one bill, then both bills may have same maturity date or may not have same maturity date. It can be their first bill maturity date is 2 months and the second bill 3 months, or first bill is 3 months or second bill is 2 months. So here in this question of 2 months each, 2 months each means both bills have maturity date of 2 months. Okay. So for my reference, I have written here 2 months so that we are not forgetting. Okay. So first of all, we need to calculate the maturity date here. So 1st January, the bills are accepted. So what will be the maturity date if the duration of the bill is 2 months? Please tell me what will be the maturity date if the duration of the bill is 2 months? So 1st March is the due date only. I'm asking for maturity date. In maturity date, we need to add 3 days of grace. Very good, Siddhi. Very good, Ajay. So 4th March will be the maturity date. Now read the question. Both bills were duly accepted by B. So he has written the bill and bills are accepted by the B. So it means this entry we have passed. First bill was endorsed to C in settlement of his account of rupees 45,000. So now, who can do the treatment with the bills? Only the drawer. So when he will be treating the bills, then there will be no entry in the books of B. In the books of B. Okay, so first bill is endorsed to C. So whenever bill is endorsed, I told you whenever treatment is done, the entry which is the account which is debited in the previous entry will be credited. Okay, so BR1 is debited here, so it will be credited. So entry will be C2 BR1. C2 BR1 because we have given our bill to C. So C is endorsee and BR is no more our asset now because we have transferred our bill to C. Here. So for the settlement, whenever there is a settlement word in accountancy, then there will be always a concept of discount. Many times I have told you. Whenever there is a concept of full settlement or settlement word, then there will be always discount. So we are making payment here. So this will be discount received or discount allowed. Please tell me. Here A is making payment to C. So there will be concept of discount allowed or discount received. Yes, I am waiting for your answer. When we make payment, then it is always discount received, not allowed. Okay, so C2BR, BR was debited with 45,000. So it can be credited only with 45,000 with the same amount. We cannot change the amount of BR in any case. So if BR is of 45,000, so it will be credited with 45,000. Now what amount we have to make payment? Settlement of his account of 45,000. But here the account is of also 45,000. So there is no concept of discount. Suppose we need to pay to C rupees 50,000 and we are giving him bill of 45,000. In that case, there will be discount to discount 5,000. But here we are settling the account of C by making payment of 45,000. So there is no case of discount. Clear? If there is a difference in between the debit and credit balance, then there will be always a concept of discount. Now what will be the entries in the books of C? So here I am making the books of C. In C's book, C is endorsee. So he has received the bill. So what entry he will be passing? BR1 account debit, and from whom he has received the bill? A, to A, 45,000. So this is the settlement of first bill which A has done. So now read the next portion of the question to know that how he has treated the bill 2. For second bill, what he has done? This is the books of B and this is the book of C. Second bill, and second bill was discounted from the bank at the rate of 12% per annum. Here again, no date is mentioned of discounting the bill. Whenever no date will be mentioned, so we will assume that on the same date the bill is discounted. So on 1st January itself, the second bill is discounted. When we will be discounting the bill, then the entry will be, this is the treatment of first bill. First bill is endorsed. Now bank account debit. There will be always a concept of discounting charges. Discounting charges account debit to BR2, bills receivable 2. Now tell me the amount of discounting charges. The second bill amount is 30,000 and duration is 2 months and the rate of discounting is 12% per annum. So please tell me the amount of discounting charges. Yes, I'm waiting for your answer. Tell me the amount of discounting charges. The bill amount is 30,000 and duration is 2 months and the rate is 12% per annum. So what will be the discounting charges? And this is the formula which you need to apply for calculating the discounting charges. Bill amount into time period into rate. And if per annum words are not there with rate, then this time period will not be considered. Time period will be considered only when per annum words are mentioned there. So what is the discount amount? Yes, very good, Darshika and Shruti. So what is the discount amount? 600. So discounting charges 600, BR amount 30,000. So what amount we will be getting in bank? 29,400. And what will be the narration? Being bill discounted with bank. That's it. Being bill discounted with bank. So now drawer has treated both the bill. First bill he has endorsed, second bill he has discounted. Now wait and watch till maturity date. Because on maturity date, we will be able to know whether the bill is honored or dishonored. And you can see that I have not passed any entry in the books of A. In the books of B, he has just purchased the goods, then he has accepted the bill. And he will wait till the date of maturity. And in regard to C, no further treatment is mentioned in the books of C also. So he has taken the bill from A. Now, both the bills are not held by A. First bill is with C. So finally, he will be getting payment. And second bill is with bank. So finally bank will be getting payment if the bill is honored. And if dishonored, then first entry will be passed in books of C, then B, then A. Okay. So now let's read the question. On the due date of these, both bills were dishonored. Both the bills are dishonored. So both the bills, first thing to be noted here that both the bills maturity date will come together because both the bills duration was 2 months. So on 4th March, first entry we will be passing in the books of drawing. Both the bills are dishonored. So first bill, second bill, both the bills are dishonored and the date is same. If the date is same, you can pass the combined entry, or if you want, you can pass two separate entries. So it's up to you. I am passing here combined entry. This entry will be reversed. This entry at the time of dishonor. BP1 account debit. BP2. Yes, very good. BP1 account debit. BP2 account debit. And if there are any noting charges, then noting charges account debit to A. So basically the second entry is reversed in the books of drawing along with the noting charges. Here you can see that C has paid 100 rupees as noting charges and bank has paid 80 rupees as noting charges. So we will combine this noting charges 180. C has paid 100 and bank has paid 80. So total is 180 and BP1 was 45,000 and BP2 was 30,000 and now we need to pay, B need to pay to A 75,180. Very good, all those who are giving me answer. 75,180. So Entries in the B's book are done. If you want, you can pass two entries for BP1 separate entry and BP2 separate entry. So it's up to you. If the date of maturity of both the bills are separate, then the separately you need to pass the entry. In that case, you cannot pass the combined entry. Okay. So here, what will be the entry in the books of C at the time of dishonor of the bill? 4th March. Please tell me. What will be the entry in the books of C? C is the endorsee. So I told you whenever the bill will be dishonored, the previous entry will be reversed. Previous entry will be reversed. So for DROI will be always debited in the case of dishonor, whatever is the case. So A is DROI for C to BR. And you can see that he has also paid noting charges. So for noting charges to cash. So BR was 45,000, noting charges 100. So 45,100 he is supposed to get from A. Now, what entry will be passed in the books of A? Two separate entry. First, for the dishonor of the endorsed bill. Tell me, what entry will be passed? Dishonor of endorsed bill. This was the bill endorsement entry. So, what will be the entry for dishonor of endorsed bill? For A, who is drawing? For A, who is drawing? I told you many times that whenever the bill will be dishonored, then DROI will be debited. So for A, who is DROI? Yes. For A, who is DROI? Yes, B. So B debit to reverse of the previous entry. In relation to endorsement, this is the entry. So B to C, including noting charges. So 45,100 and here also 45,100. This will be the being bill dishonor. You can see that if the endorsed bill is dishonored, then the entry will be passed in all three parties book. This is the C is payee here, B is drawee here, and A is drawer here. In the books of all three party, the entry will be passed. And this type of question will come in 8 marker question, in which you need to prepare the books of all the parties involved in the question except bank. There is no need to prepare bank's book because that is not the part of your course. So one bill is dishonored. Now the second bill, second bill will be dishonored. Second bill was discounted with the bank. So when discounted bill is dishonored, then what will be the entry? Again, who is drawing B? B debit to bank. You can pass even the combined entry, but the chances of error are more in combined entry. So better to pass separate entry or individual entry. Okay, so B is debited with the bill amount was 30,000 and the noting charges in case of bank was 80. So 30,000, 80. 30,080. So in this manner, the second bill will be dishonored, including noting charges. Bank will be credited, including noting charges. So here we have already passed the entry. If you want, you can pass two separate entries. And in the books of C, already we have passed the entry. So you can see that these are the basic all the entries in relation to all the books. First entry, draw, drawing and pay, bill, making of bill. Second entry, uh, in relation to endorsement of bill. Third entry, discounting of bill. Fourth entry on the maturity date. The bill endorsed is dishonor, draw to endorsee. Then bill discounted is dishonored, draw to bank, draw to holder. The basic entry is draw to holder. And here in the books of drawing, only three entries will be there. First entry in regard to sale or purchase. Second entry, making of bill. Third entry, dishonor of bill. So it's up to you whether you want to pass one entry here or combined entry or single entry. Then in the books of endorsee, first entry, receiving of the bill. Second entry, if he has not treated the bill, nothing is mentioned in the question about the treatment of the bill. It means bill is kept by him, retained by him till the date of maturity. So when the bill will be dishonored, first case entry will be passed. A debit, including noting charges, to BR 45,000 and to cash for noting charges. This to cash is for noting charges. And here you can see I have debited the noting charges with 180, in which 100 rupees from endorsee case and 80 rupees from bank case. Bank has paid, because noting charges will be paid by the party who is having the bill. Okay, but it will be reimbursed by the drawee itself. Ultimately, the noting charges will be reimbursed by drawee. So that's why noting charges is the expense of drawee, not the endorsee, not the drawer. So that's why in drawee's book we have written noting charges debited, because this is the expense of drawee only, and he is paying. That's why cash is credited in his accounts, but he will be taking it back from drawee. Who is drawee to C? A. A is drawee to C. That's why he has debited A. Who is drawee to A? B. In both the cases, drawee is B. So that's why he is debited B in his book. So the question is completed. And in this question, you have seen that three parties books we have prepared: drawer's book, drawee's book, and pay's book or endorses book.